Rogue One.
Rogue One? There is no Rogue One.
Well, there is now.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Rogue One's, our Star Wars Andor in review. My name is Kyle, and guys, I know we're a little late to the party, but better late than never, and I'm really excited for this one, guys. In preparation for this series, I went back and rewatched Rogue One. Guys, I have the 4K of every Star Wars movie in 4K. God, what a film. That is so easily the best Star Wars film. It's not even close. That film is gorgeous. It's so well written. It's so well paced. It has all these emotional characters and moments. Go check out the review you've been looking for, guys. My Star Wars in review, or every movie in review. But guys, we're back. And Disney Plus shows can be so hit or miss. And the first thing you think of when you put on these shows is, what is the quality going to be like? Are they going to be able to somewhat match the quality of the movies? And guys, I gotta say, the first episode leaves a great impression. I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about this show. Are my expectations maybe a little too high? Probably. But I'm trying to keep it kind of at a lower bar. And then maybe be pleasantly surprised. But everyone has said that Andor is incredible. And so it's hard not to just go in being like, okay, expecting greatness. But guys, things I'm looking for in this first episode, episode 1, Kassa. And we are going to be reviewing every single episode of the show, by the way. So 24 episodes. I cannot wait. But guys, things I liked about this episode. The style. Immediately I was like, dude, it gives it a little cyberpunky, dark, neon lights, raining, espionage. It looks cool. I feel like this is the first time we finally get like an adult Star Wars show, you know? I know that Star Wars was way back in 1977, guys. A lot of adults love Star Wars, right? This really is more for adults. And now they have to kind of cater to kids as well. But I think the adults care more about Star Wars because either the adults that are big Star Wars fans watched A New Hope in theaters back in 1977. Not me. I wasn't born until 91. So I wasn't alive, guys. Not for a long time. Galaxy far, far away. I fell in love with Star Wars. I love everything Star Wars, basically. The good and the bad. Looking at you, Mandalorian. I'm just here because I love this universe. And I think this does such a great job of expanding this universe. And you get all these little details. But I just love how this feels like an adult-written show. And what do I mean by that, guys? I mean, we get this really clever dialogue, and we get people or characters questioning Cassian's decisions, and they're saying, no, I'm tired, like that guy at the scrapyard or whatever, where he takes his ship, which is a sick-ass ship. Reminds me a little bit of, like, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic game that's coming out, guys. Depending on when this goes out, it might even be out. Who knows? I think this will be out before then, but you guys know what I mean. Sick-ass spaceship, really cool visuals, amazing stuff, guys. Dark with light, neon lights everywhere. I love that style. But the guy that's at the scrapyard that, like, may or may not own that ship, Cassian's like, oh yeah, I'm going to borrow it tomorrow. He's like, no, dude, I'm tired of your deals. Like, you just got to go. Like, fix the ship or whatever and leave. And Cassian, he's kind of got that little Han Solo, like a smuggler, swindler. He's trying to make his way, but without kind of I don't want to say he doesn't have the swagger because, man, Diego Luna crushes it. But he is kind of Han Solo without having the kind of credentials, if that makes sense. Like, he's relying on a lot of other people to try and get things done. He doesn't quite have his aura yet, you know what I mean? So I just loved the style, the writing. I think it was really, really tense and interesting, and I feel like every piece of dialogue was really important, and you don't want to miss a single line. Really, and I know he's designed that way. The guy that is, like, really in charge of the security or whatever, where he's, like, pushing people, and they're like, why do we care about these two people who were murdered by someone? Like, they were in a brothel, or they were near a brothel that we shouldn't have. And I love that scene where the general, whatever, he's like, look, they were killed outside of a brothel that we shouldn't have, that makes money that we shouldn't have, that's in a leisurely zone that we shouldn't have. He's basically like, this is going to cause more problems if we investigate it than to just let it go and just brush under the rug. And I love how there's like that underworld sort of, like, don't worry about it type of mentality. And this guy, I think he's got some sort of romantic connection or something to one of these guys, because he cares a lot about his job. And people are like, we don't have, like, anything on this guy. And Cassian is trying to come in, no identification. And I love that part of Star Wars that we don't get to see much, where it's like, okay, we get the Empire and we get the Rebellion, and we don't really get kind of the gray area in between there. And I think that's what's really cool about the show is that it kind of explores the wider world of Star Wars, like the universe, the expansive universe. We get this baddie, may or may not be the girl in the village at the end. We see like a ship. It looks almost like a Princess Leia's ship crashing. It's probably not her ship, but this underworld cyberpunky type of feel. And guys, I just love the direction of the show. I love the writing. I love Cassian and like what's he gonna do? And people are like, I'm tired of him always trying to get one over or doing favors for him. He's kind of like a mooch, and it's like I want to see how he kind of grows into that. So he said he's looking for his sister. Is that really his sister, or does he have a sister, or she calls him Kassa at the end? And did his sister die? Is this girl his sister that works in a shop? Probably not. I don't know. I love how she goes into the tower and she's like trying to transmit something or something like that. Gave me big Rogue One vibes when they're going to the communication tower. So I think the mystery is great. I think there's so much to explore here. For a pilot episode, guys, I think it really set the tone. I think it feels like the movie. I think the quality is there. You never know with the Disney Plus shows, guys. If it feels like a TV show or it feels lesser than, it takes you out of it. I didn't feel like that. I feel like it was right at home. I felt like it was a really, really strong, adult, cool, sci-fi, almost Blade Runner-esque show and atmosphere. And I like how there was a difference between Morlana 1, I think it was called, or something, where he goes in the beginning, where it's very cyberpunk-esque, and then the like kind of main city or village, which is more like traditional Star Wars. So many planets I'm sure to explore. There's so many characters to explore, but the mystery and the tension is building there. And it's like, what is Cassian up to? And I'm excited to see that and how he overcomes those obstacles. And he's got a cute little droid, dude. Really cool droid design. Star Wars rarely misses with droid design. I will say this is cool. It's almost like a little turtle that goes in. And of course, it's got one yellow, a la C3PO, where he's got one yellow spot. But it's really cool. I love how he's got like a little stutter. And I love how he's like, kind of withholding information where he's like, what did they say? And then he's like pausing for data log. And it's like, no, you want to spill the beans, you know? So that was great. I love their connection. I love how they're like, yeah, you're going to get yourself killed and stuff like that. So Cassian is kind of a swindler. He's a smuggler. He's working in the shadows. And you know, Cassian, maybe not the best person in Rogue One. After rewatching that, I'm like, okay, you know, kills that guy in the beginning where he's telling him about the Death Star plans, and then he's like, "What are you doing? I can't get out. I can't climb this wall." And then he just shoots him. He's like, "It's gonna be okay." Cassian, great performance. Maybe not the best character in terms of like being a good person, but just an excellent start, guys. For a score for this one, I'm gonna give it an 8.9. I think it's really, really strong. Like I said, guys, visually, I think the writing was really strong. It feels more mature. It feels like an adult Star Wars story. So they're kind of laying these seeds, and they're obviously not going to tell you everything in the first episode, but I'm really excited to keep going, and I think it's off to just a fantastic start. All right, guys, well, that is the opening episode of Rogue Ones. These are going to be probably pretty short, guys, but I'm just going to give you guys kind of my quick thoughts on every episode. So thanks for checking out Project Potter. Go check out the other content. Go check out the other Star Wars reviews. And, guys, that's it for episode 1. Kassa. Up next, guys, episode 2. That would be me. So we'll see what happens next. But appreciate you guys, and until next time. Rogue One.